If I'm a Vikings fan, I'm going on strike. If I'm a Vikings player, I'm going on strike. There's no way I'm showing up to this hostile work environment. Bryce Young, are you good or not? What's going on, man? Is Bryce Young good or not? This Cowboys team is coming. They coming. Do not let them keep winning and let them sneak into this playoffs because you're going to be like, duck, there's a Lamb. Duck, oh, there's a Pickens. I forgot that they scored again. Look how they scored. On a scooper. They need to fix this offense fast because it's stinking up the league. It's stinking up my screen when I watch it. It's stinking up my room when I watch this team. Burrow's on the field. That defense must play better because what defense did I see to... Bro, what defense was this for the Bengals going against the Ravens? Forced fumbles galore. Welcome to the Fellowretro show. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? How y'all doing? Y'all let me know down below in the comment section. How are y'all doing? Are y'all ready for today's episode? Because I am. I'm excited not to talk about my Saints, but just to talk about the NFL as a whole. A lot of teams are showing me something, and a lot of teams are showing me something. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time over here, we get into sports, but we also bring a comedy twist to it. We break down the game, but we also laugh, we joke around and have a good time as well, because that's what this is all about. It's breaking down the sports, talking the game, but having fun while we do it. Let's start it off with the Saints. You know what? What is there to talk about? We lost to the Dolphins 17-21. What is there to say? What do you want me to come up here and talk about? Do you want me to talk about the fact that we scored 0 points in the first half? Do you want me to talk about the fact that we held Tua to only 12 completions and an interception? He didn't throw a touchdown the whole game. Do you want me to talk about the Dolphins only scoring a touchdown on their first opening drive, and ever since it was field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal? Do you want me to talk about we've had a kicker on our team, on our roster, the whole time on the practice squad since week 1? We had a kicker this whole time, while our kicker that was on the active roster is boom, 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 at the bottom, the worst kicker in the league. He was ranked, 37 or something crazy. It ain't even 37 NFL teams. Think about that. We had a kicker on our practice squad the whole time while our active kicker was being the worst kicker, missing kicks 20 yards, 30 yards, 40 yards. He was even missing extra points. He couldn't kick shit. He was trash. Do you want to talk about the fact that we elevated our kicker from the practice squad? He gets his first kick in the NFL. It's a 56-yarder, basically a 60-yarder, right down the middle. No to the left, no Beyonce, no to the right. Right down the middle. Do you want me to talk about that? Do you want me to talk about the fact that we scored a touchdown, 2-point conversion, get the ball back, score another touchdown, but here's what bad teams do. This is what we do, y'all. We throw a pick 6 on a 2-point conversion. So now we're not down 2 no more. We down 4. And then let me tell you something. Let me put you on game if you didn't watch this game. We recovered the onside kick, y'all. Do you want me to talk about how we driving? We get into 4th and 1, and we do a QB sneak. Game over. Is that what you want me to talk about? Bad teams do bad things. Is that what you want me to talk about? Oh, hold on. Do you want me to talk about how we had a wide receiver that we traded for? He's been on the roster this whole time, y'all. He gets 8 targets today. And guess how many catches he had out of those 8 targets? Just guess. 5, 4. Would you be happy with 6 or even 7 catches out of 8 targets? He was throwing the ball 8 times. And he caught the ball 8 times. Do you want me to talk about that? That's the Saints for you. That's the Saints. Poorly coached, poorly ran, poorly execution. That's just bad football teams. I don't want to talk about the fake comeback. I was excited. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you and lie, act like I wasn't excited whenever that happened. Whenever we recovered the onside kick, even though we were playing trash all game. But at the end of the day, we lose. That's what we do. 10 losses. We lose. We just lose. On the Dolphins side of things, I said this 3 weeks ago whenever I was covering them, their team and their coach believes that if they win out, they can still make the playoffs. I don't think that's going to happen by the way they've been playing, but hey, they've been winning. So go ahead, Miami, win out. Who's there to stop you besides Tua? Upset alert. Upset alert coming from my NFC South, beating my favorite to win the Super Bowl, or at least make it to the Super Bowl, the Rams. The Panthers beat the Rams 31-28. Yes, the Panthers beat the Rams. The Panthers put up 31 points on that magnificent defense. Well, they did have a pick six in there. They had a pick six in there, so they ain't put up 31 points on the Rams defense, but they beat them. Bryce Young, are you good or not? Like, what's going on, man? Is Bryce Young good or not? Yeah, let me know. Is Bryce Young good or is he not? Like, are you good at football or are you not? Like, what's up, Bryce? Like, are we good? Are we gonna take the division? Are we gonna take the division from the Bucks or what? Like, what are we doing? Are we winning or are we sucking? That's what I'm talking about, Panthers. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Panthers. Y'all make it so hard. You make it so hard. We know Bryce Young is an NFL capable quarterback, but you be having these like I don't even know what the word is, but you keep on thinking that he's something that he's not. Rico Dowdle, like 5 carries last game. This game, damn near 20 carries for each of these backs. Almost 20 for Chuba, almost 20 for Rico. It's not the fact that y'all are carrying the ball or running the ball because you think that they are the only people that are going to score the touchdowns, but that's your offense. Stop trying to make this anything else. If Bryce Young is throwing the ball more than 25, 26 times, you're cooked. Only 20 passes today, completed 15 of them, super efficient, super locked in, 3 touchdowns, Mr. Fourth Down. Lions will be proud. Mr. Fourth Down. Mr. Fourth Down. Shout out to Bryce. That's what I'm talking about. Play caller was in his bag. Run, 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 run. Even if you get 2 yards on your first 5 carries, keep running the ball. Don't go away from it. Every time we thought that LA had this game, Bryce Young said, hold my T. 4th down. 5. Coker. 4th down. 5. McMillan. Can somebody check number 1 for the Rams parlay slips? Can somebody check number 1's phone? Can somebody check his tablet or his laptop? Because I guarantee you, bro is calling out of work next Sunday. He calling out of practice. Next time you see him, you have a big chain. He gonna be riding in something clean. He gonna be riding in something new. Because he must have had Bryce Young touchdown scores. He must have had Jalen Coker. He must have had McMillan. Because every time I saw number 1, this is all you saw. I'm gonna show you what I saw from number 1 all game for the Rams. I saw the back of his jersey. All I saw was Forbes Jr. all game. I don't know. Like I said, we don't know if sports betting getting crazy. Sports betting getting real wild in the league right now. You got these players betting on games and they end the games. It's crazy. I'm not saying nothing. Maybe he's just that bad. Maybe he just had an off game. But I would like to throw out there that maybe he got somebody rich. I don't know. Maybe Forbes got somebody rich. Somebody quit their job. Somebody quit their job in LA. Somebody quit their job in LA today on Monday. Somebody quit their job because what Forbes did, the shit that Forbes tried to pull the wool over our eyes, he ain't pull the wool over my eyes in this game. Ain't no way that every time they score, you is in the vicinity. Just mentioned him. Shout out to Coker, man. Bro, shout out to Coker. Shout out to him. I'm a Saints fan. I watched the Panthers. I watched the Falcons. I watched the Bucks. And it seems like everybody's so worried about T-Mac, McMillan, number four. But it seems like whenever Bryce Young needs a 3rd down, Panthers fans could probably attest to this. Coker's there. He's always there. They got a good relationship. They got a good rapport. They got a good, hey, I like it. Bro, Coker is what they thought that Thielen was last year. Just that connection, that short yardage. Shout out to Coker. Hey, shout out to the Panthers. That's what I'm talking about right there. Shout out to that defense. I'm not going to say that defense played great, though. It didn't really play great. 2 interceptions. The first one, Matt Stafford got tipped at the line, so I guess that is good defense because you did tip the ball. But second one was great defense, pick 6, and they got a strip sack at the end of the game to end it. But in that first quarter, the Rams was really doing whatever they wanted to do with them. Like, the Rams was really doing whatever they wanted to do. They was driving down that field. They was looking out the window. They was sightseeing. They were looking at the buildings, looking at the grass. They was driving. They was cruising. Matt Stafford, besides those picks of that forced fumble, that strip sack, he played all right. He played decent. He been playing like he been playing all year. We talk about Puka. We talk about Devontae Adams. We talk about Stafford. But another thing that I liked for the Rams in the loss, running. That running game, Corum. Come on now. What's up, Blake? Williams. I talk about Kyron Williams all the time. Like, we be so caught up in that passing game for the Rams that we forget that they have 2 capable backs. And that's what really popped off for the screen for me. It wasn't Puka. It wasn't Devontae. It was Blake Corum and Kyron Williams. Them guys ran out of the ball. They ran it hard. And I liked what I saw. I liked what I saw. It wasn't enough to beat the Panthers, which is crazy. I don't know if the Panthers are good or not. I don't know. Let's get into the blowouts of the week. I don't even know the ending score. I got to go find the ending score, to be honest. I turned this off because I was so pissed. Like, I was genuinely mad. Like, I don't even know what the final score was. Give me a second. Minnesota. Bro, they didn't score? Seattle beats Minnesota 26-0. This is starting to get really, really, really frustrating. When are we going to talk about this Minnesota offense, man? When are we going to talk about Minnesota? What is going on? When are we going to talk about these Vikings, bro? It's week after week after week after week. I don't care. I don't care about the quarterback. Forget the quarterback at this point. Because it don't matter who y'all put in there. They ain't making nothing happen. You could have had JJ in there. You could have had Max in there, Brosman. I don't even want to disrespect bro and get his name wrong. He had 4 interceptions. This offense has to be some of the worst offense I've seen in a long time. And I'm a Saints fan. I see bad offense every Sunday. But the stuff that Minnesota is pulling, this is horrid. This is a horror film in December. Bro, this is a shame. This defense does not deserve this bull mess. If I'm a Vikings fan, I'm going on strike. If I'm a Vikings player, I'm going on strike. There's no way I'm showing up to this hostile work environment. I'm not showing up. I'm calling out. I'm not showing. No, this is a no call, no show. This is on strike. I am going on strike if I'm a Vikings player. This is unacceptable. 0 points. And it's not even the fact that the offense sucks that's frustrating. It's the fact that this defense is so damn good. This Vikings defense is actually good. Like, it's not okay, solid, passable in the NFL. This defense is good. They held this high-flying Seattle Seahawks offense to 6 points in the first half. I don't even think they scored their first touchdown to the fourth quarter. They were playing lights out. They was straight volleyball. Like, they was smack that down, Sam Darnold. Oh, you think you're going over here? Spike that down, Sam Darnold. Hey, Sam, what you doing? Spike that. Hey, Sam, you think you running? Fumble. Like, this defense is awesome. Like, this defense is like, I don't know how Vikings fans are watching these games on Sundays. I mean, this defense is putting them in prime position to win. We start off down. The Vikings don't ever, they don't start off down. They got a strip sack on the 14, 13, or 15 yard line and prime position and coach prime position to score. And you know what they do? 4th and 1, rolling out. You can't make this shit up. Like, you can't make it up. Like, I couldn't come up here and lie. I couldn't come up here and make this up for you guys. Rolling out, falling, flip little pass, pick 6. Only touchdown scored in the first 3 quarters for Seattle was a pick 6 from Brosman. I'm sorry. Bro threw 4 picks. 4 interceptions, no touchdown. They scored 0 points. He threw 4 picks, and Seattle still couldn't find the end zone. If that don't tell you something about a defense, I don't know what does. Like, this is ridiculous. This is sad. This is just nasty. This is just like, I want to say other words, but it's like, I'm so over them. Like, this team, I'm over watching them. I cut this off because I'm just over it. I'm over this. Like, how do you have Justin Jefferson and you only managed to get him the ball 2 times for 4 yards? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. This Vikings defense is so good. I mean, Seattle really didn't do anything like all game until the end. Like, if a team don't score no points, you gonna win. You gonna beat the life out of them. The defense not gonna play great from first quarter to 4th if they realize they on the field every single snap. The defense looking like, hold on. Were we just on the field? We were just on the field. 30 seconds ago, we were just on the field. How are we back on the field? What? The Jags beat the Titans 25-3. They move on to 8-4, 25-3. Let's talk about the Titans first. Let's talk about the Titans. Titans fans, lock in. Titans fans from all around Nashville, all around Tennessee, and maybe some Titans fans are sprinkled around the United States or sprinkled around the world. For whatever reason, you're a Titans fan. Let's talk, man. Like, what's going on? Every time I watch this Titans team, I sit here and I try to evaluate, why do they have 1 win? You can't even really evaluate Cam Ward to figure out if he is good or not, because he looks trash, then he looks solid, then he gives you some glimpses, but you can't even really evaluate how he is as a quarterback for real. Look at this receiving core. I mean, it seems like every time that they're about to make something happen or whenever they're about to convert, a skill player drops the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, block is not there sometimes. I mean, nobody's getting open. And I know that's an attest to just everything as a whole. I'm a Saints fan. I know what's wrong with my team. I know why we only got 2 wins. But I'm watching this Titans team, and it's like every week I'm trying to find something positive. And I like their kicker. I know y'all might be like, what, a kicker, really? I like him. He always seems to make kicks. I mean, in close games or blowouts, he always makes his kick. Jeffrey Simmons, I like him. But it seems like it's Jeffrey Simmons or bust. They're going to have the number 1 pick. Do you take a wide receiver to help Cam Ward? Or do you take just the best player available and try to get somebody that can help this defense out? Titans fans, talk to me. Like, what do y'all need? Like, what's up? They roughed the punter 2 times. You a bad team. You can't do that. I know the first one was ticky-tacky, but you roughing the punter twice? Like, you can't even evaluate this offense because they wasn't even on the field. You always hear from analysts, which is fine. You know, shit, I'm an analyst. I'm analyzing. But from a Titans fan, what do Titans fans want to see next year? Do y'all want to see a new receiver? Do y'all want to see a new coach? Like, do y'all want to see a new OC? Do y'all need a new running backs? Do y'all need O-line? Like, do y'all need everything? Because that's what I think. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't watch the Titans deep depth. I watch them and I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. From the Jags' point of view, I'm going to just talk about the things that popped out for me or that stood out to me, because we all know this was a blowout. This was easy work, especially with the Jags trying to, the Colts is losing. So they think they probably can win out and maybe win the division. What I like from the Jags is 1 player and 1 player only. That's not the only thing I like from the Jags, but this is what stands out to me. And I talked about it when y'all traded for him, Jacoby Myers. I can't believe that so many people weren't high on this trade. I can't believe I wasn't hearing more hoopla about this trade. Jacoby Myers? Like, people were talking about it as if he was like, I know he's a role player, but they were talking about him like he was a wide receiver 4 or something. Like, he might come in there and like, catch a few passes. When I saw this trade, I was like, yo, like, this is good, like sneaky good. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, it slides under the table, but it ends up being really, really good for you and working out for you in the long run. Jacoby Myers just finds a way to get open. Like, he was on the Raiders for so long and he was their best receiver. And the fact that people was just a testament to, the Raiders, they got to throw it to somebody. That's not always true. Just because you are the only capable receiver on the team doesn't mean that you're going to be the best receiver on the team, because the defense knows that, just like us as fans and analysts know. That's your best receiver. Let's take him out the game. He always find a way to put up stats, put up numbers, put up touchdowns, and that's what he's doing for Jacksonville. He's going to open that game up for Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. I'm excited to see what happens from that. And also, people forget that Jacksonville has a running game. They have a running game. They literally do. ETN, Tootin, them boys can run. I'm excited to see what comes of this from the Jacksonville Jaguars. The San Francisco 49ers beat the Browns 26, I believe. I know the Browns only scored 8 because only scored in the first half. Yeah, 26-8. And in this one right here, it was pretty uneventful. You know what I mean? Like, this game, if you watched it, it wasn't really like exciting. It wasn't really anything that you could take away from this game and you were like, this is exciting. Brock Purdy stood on business. Brock Purdy stood on business. You would think the 26 from the 49ers, C-Mac did his thing. No, this was all Brock Purdy. Like, if I have to say anything, he didn't have a good game last week. This week, he stood on business. Bro slung that rock. Like, he was looking like he was out there on that corner the way he was slinging them around. Even, I don't know. Brock Purdy was out there looking nice. Making so many type of nice throws, putting the ball in all type of buckets, dropping dimes and wishing wells. Brock Purdy was looking nice. Christian McCaffrey didn't do much. They had him bottled up, so this really was on Purdy's arm. And it's not like he threw for a lot of stats, a lot of yards, not like he had a freaking Josh Allen hero performance like where he throws for 300 plus. If you watch the game, it was really just him delivering, just him converting, whether that's with his legs or with his arm. He had a good game. He had a really, really solid game. And for a defense that I think is the best, especially after the Rams performance, I really think that this Cleveland Browns defense is if not the best, the top 2, maybe top 3. If you throw somebody out there that I might like on a specific Sunday, but any given Sunday, I like the Cleveland Browns defense. So shout out to Purdy. I think that defense is really, really good. It's really, really hard to score on. He did a pretty good job against them. Shout out to him. On the Browns side of things, they scored 8 points in the first half, and they scored 8 points in the whole game. Yeah, a lot of people are going to sit up here and say Shedeur played solid. I don't think if you asked him, I don't think if you asked me, I don't think if you asked a logical fan, he played solid. I don't think he played solid at all. Like, they had one drive. They had one scoring drive in the whole game, and you're going to tell me that the quarterback played solid. I'm not buying it. That drive that they had did look good. It did look great. Saw Faden Jr. open. He was wide open. Dropped the ball in there to him. Let him scamper into the end zone. Then they take Shedeur off the field for the 2-point conversion. Wildcat with Judkins. Run it in there. 8 points. That's the only points he scored all game. I don't think Shedeur played solid at all. I think he played pretty mid. Pretty just... That's not solid. Solid's like what Purdy was. Purdy was solid. One touchdown, converting, getting his team in scoring position. The name of the game was those 2 4th down calls, those 2 4th and shorts. If they convert those, I'm not saying that they win. I'm not saying that Cleveland Browns win if they convert on both of those 4th downs, but they do keep the drive alive to potentially put some points on the board. The first one, you can't be mad at that call because Stefanski is run first. If you watch this team, he's not going to put the ball in Shador's hands for whatever reason. Maybe he doesn't trust him. Maybe he believes in his running game more. From watching Cleveland Browns, I do believe in the running game more than the passing game. Judkins, that was an awesome, that was a home run hit pick. He's tearing up the league as a rookie. I think he's their best offensive player. And I always say, hey, whenever you got a yard to get, give it to your best player. If your best player is a Josh Allen, if your best player is a Mahomes, hey, keep the ball in their hand on 4th and short. But if your best player is a Gibbs, if your best player is a Christian McCaffrey, if your best player is a Judkins, run the ball. The second 4th down, it was a botched snap. I mean, they fumbled it. Happens sometimes. It happens. Cleveland Browns take this L and only score once. All game. The Chargers beat the Raiders 31-7. Oh, no. They scored another time. Bro, look how the Raiders score. This is how you know the Raiders are so sorry, man. The Raiders are so trash. I'm going to say, I know trash when I see it. And the Raiders are trash. I forgot that they scored again. Look how they scored. On a scooper. On a pick up your dog's poop at the park. They scored on a scooper duper trooper booper from Brock Bowers. That dude Brock Bowers is so freaking good, man. Brock is so good. But the Raiders suck. They lose again. They only put up 14 points by one man and one man only. Brock Lesnar Bowers. The Raiders try to fire their OC talking about he was botching play calls. He wasn't making the right play calls. Bro, it don't matter what offensive coordinator you have with this team right here. They ain't doing nothing. With this team currently constructed, they not doing nothing. Don't try to put that on the play caller. I don't like when people try to do scapegoats. Offensive line sucks. That defense can't stop nobody. They can't stop nobody. That defense can't stop nobody. Offensive line sucks. And then sprinkle a little bit of your quarterback ain't that good too. Firing the OC talking about he was botching play calls. No, your offense as a whole is botched. The team is botched right now. Chargers beat them. I can't really evaluate the Chargers because you did play the Raiders. They absolutely suck. They are bad. They're just a bad football team right now. Can't evaluate the Chargers. I did like the running game. I will say that. The offensive line is the biggest concern, is the biggest struggle for the Chargers. And the fact that you were able to run the ball so efficient and effectively, that shows me that something is clicking, something is working, or maybe that it was just the Raiders. The Bills beat the Steelers 26-7, and this game right here is the definition of the tale of two halves. The Bills played sloppy football in that first half. They only were able to put up 3 points in the half, 2 turnovers by their best 2 players, 1 pick by Josh Allen, and a fumble by James Cook. James Cook was really getting whatever he wanted on the ground that first half. He was running the ball efficiently like he's been doing all year. I've been saying it, not on camera, but I've been saying it to people off camera. I think that obviously Josh Allen is their best player, but it seems like James Cook is their most efficient player. Josh Allen hasn't been playing like Josh Allen recently, but the one thing that you can count on is James Cook's going to show up. If you give him the ball, he's going to run that ball hard. He's going to get a lot of yards, and he's very, very effective in the passing game. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that James Cook is their best player. Obviously, he's not. But I think that he gets overshadowed by the masses. I'm not going to say Bills fans because I think that Bills fans think that he is really that good. But you don't really hear people talk about James Cook whenever they talk about running backs. And I think that if the Bills had any other running back, it probably wouldn't be as good. Think if the Bills had Derrick Henry or something. You like the name, but it's the dual threat that really makes James Cook that effective. It makes that offense that much better. The fact that he could run the ball like crazy, but also throw it to him in the passing game, and he can make something work like that. Steelers, every time we watch them, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Their offense sucks. Their offense is slow. Their offense is oatmeal. Their offense is crackers. Not even no buttery tasting crackers. Not even no crackers with no salt on them. They crackers is straight saltine sick. When you sick and you can't eat nothing, and your mama's like, oh, you gotta eat something here. I'm gonna go get some crackers here. Here, eat some crackers. You can't eat no soup. You can't swallow nothing. You can't eat here. Please eat some crackers. That's the Steelers offense. It's just straight saltine pack crackers. Like that's them. They only scored 7 points in the first half, 7 points in the entire game. And the only reason they scored that 7 is because they had a short field off of Bills' turnover. But besides that, Bills turned the ball over 2 times in the first half, came out in the second half, didn't turn the ball over. The Steelers actually had 2 turnovers. Freaking Bosa seemed like he split Aaron Rodgers in half as soon as the third quarter started. Aaron Rodgers, he's chilling back there in the pocket because nobody can get open. You got Metcalf, you got Gainwell, and you got who else is out there? Calvin Austin. You got those guys. They can't get open to save their life. Roman Wilson. I mean, we talk about Darnell Washington. We like him, but he's not a route runner. I mean, if he has a little bit of space, you'll throw him the ball, and he's hard to get taken down. But Aaron Rodgers is back there all day. Bosa comes out, slams him on the ground. He gets injured. He fumbles the ball. Looking wild. Bills score. Then you put Mason Rudolph in the game, and what does he do? It ain't Christmas yet. It's December, but it ain't Christmas. We ain't looking for Rudolph just yet. It's December. It ain't close enough to December. Rudolph gets put in the game, throws an interception, another turnover for the Steelers. Game's over. Hey, good night, Steelers. Good night. Y'all had a good little run. Y'all were excited whenever Rodgers was one of y'all games. Y'all would say, oh, we don't need to draft a quarterback. We got Will Howard. We got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers might be done after this year, yo. He might be. I mean, good news. Aaron Rodgers did come back in the game late, so it's not like he's out. Maybe he was just out for that series. Maybe they just wanted to see what Rudolph could do, and Rudolph threw an interception. But Steelers, I think y'all are cooked. I don't even think that y'all going to make the playoffs. I mean, you got the Ravens over here. I mean, I don't like what the Ravens are doing either. The only team that I can say I like what they're doing is the Bengals. And that's with Joe Burrow. I mean, whoever plays the AFC North, they got an easy win. They got an easy win in the playoffs. They just do. And for the Bills, Josh Allen he's not looking like Josh Allen this year. Or maybe just these past couple games. He looked like Josh Allen against the Bucks. But he's just, he's okay. Like he's just playing all right. He's playing all right. That's not going to get it done. But congratulations. They did get the win. But like we've been saying all year with the Bills, like them receivers ain't receiving. The Bucks beat the Cardinals 20-17. And I'm telling you, Bucks, y'all going to have to strap up. Y'all going to have to strap up and y'all going to have to lock in because these Panthers, they coming. And the way that y'all play this game, y'all left a lot of meat on the bone, I say that. I'm going to say what my dad said to me a lot growing up when it came to chicken. I left a lot of meat on that bone. I did. I wasn't trying to eat the gristle. I wasn't trying to bite all the way down to the bone and see all the black. You know how like when you bite too tough on chicken, and when you get real close, you start seeing like dark dried up blood or dark dried up meat. You know. If you know, you know. If you don't, I'm sorry. It sounds crazy. I left too much meat on the bone growing up. And the Bucks offense left too much meat on the bone. They could have really blew this team out because you know what the Cardinals coming with. You know. They can't run the ball at all. They don't want to run the ball. The one time they try to run the ball, the running back fumbled. You know one thing I noticed about the Cardinals in their running game? Their running backs are a lot better receiving. They running backs, when they run the ball, whenever you passing the ball and they got the ball and they can run in space, yay! They run the ball really good when they got the ball in space off the catch. They making people miss. They getting first downs. They getting touchdowns. Like, what the heck? But whenever you try to hand the ball off to them, they don't make nothing happen. It's weird. It's odd. But you know what's coming when you face the Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett gonna throw the ball 60 times, and you just got to stop the pass. The Bucks were up 17-3 late in the third quarter, and this game ended up becoming a game because they just didn't put them away. They just left, like I say, they left too much meat on the bone on offense. Like, it's too much, like, not converting. It's too much just 3 and outs. It's just too much punting. It was really good to see Bucky Irvin get back in that thing. It was really good to see Baker back because the way that Baker was looking last game, you would have thought his shoulder was detached from his body. But good win for the Bucks. Hey, If you ask the Bucks fan what they thought about that game, they would say, we won, but not satisfied. I know that's what they would say because they should have had at least 30 points. Chris Godwin dropping a touchdown in the end zone. Like, it was just too much, man, you know? But at the end of the day, you get the win. You got to stack wins. See this color right here? Green, 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 green. Jets, win. Bro, the Falcons, the Falcons suck. And we lost to them. So what that make us sucky suck? Double suck? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Cut on the Falcons and the Jets highlights. Just turn on the Falcons and the Jets highlights, man. If you turn on the Falcons and the Jets highlights, you watching this game, 50 seconds in, you already in the second quarter. The first highlight of this game was a Falcons punt returner muffing the punt, and the Jets recovering the ball. The first highlight was in the second quarter. You 1 minute into watching these highlights and you already in the second quarter. You thinking like, damn, I just started. I'm 1 minute in and we already in the second quarter. These teams ain't it, man. These teams ain't good. The takeaways I got from this game, if you didn't know, the Jets beat the Falcons on a game winner from the leg of Nick Folk. The leg. Boom. The leg. Shout out to Nick. Bro, he's been kicking for a long time. Been kicking efficiently for a long time. I think he's one of the most efficient kickers in the league right now. He's been playing well. What did we learn from this game, though? Adonai Mitchell is going to make whatever quarterback the Jets draft happy. I don't know if the Jets are going to draft a quarterback. I don't know if the Jets are going to sign a quarterback. I don't know what they're going to do, but what they got on their roster ain't it. Tyrod is just a bridge quarterback just to get through the rest of the year. I don't know what they're doing with Fields. I don't know if they're going to keep him as a backup. I don't know if they're going to get rid of him. But if they draft a quarterback or if they sign a quarterback, man, they going to have some weapons. That's one thing that we could take away from this Jets team. And their special teams is still one of the best special teams in the league. They just always find a way to get good returns on special teams. And for the Falcons, Bijan is really good at football, man. Bijan Robinson is really good at football. This Falcons team should be the best, and I mean the best in play action. Like, you got Bijan Robinson and you got Tyler Algier. Bro, I would run the ball on first, second, third down every time. Here you go, Bijan, first, second, third. Here you go, Tyler, first, second, third. And then whenever it really start getting hectic and you can't run it, then try to hit them with the play action. They go to the play action too soon, too fast, and then you end up you end up in this situation, losing to the Jets. A good old-fashioned AFC matchup right here, man. This was just old-fashioned. Just seemed like 2000s football right here. The score is 13-13 going into the fourth in this Colts-Houston game. And I guess we'll talk about the Colts first because CJ is back and we'll talk about what I like for Houston. I don't know, man. That's 2 back-to-back losses for the Colts. I don't think that they're anybody's Super Bowl favorites anymore. They traded away, 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner? I don't know if it was 2 or 1. I don't know, but regardless, I think that was too much. He got hurt, and whenever he is on the field, I think he's barbecue chicken. Personally, I think that Sauce gets cooked a lot. I think that Sauce makes for a really good sauce for whatever the receivers are cooking up whenever they go against him. That's just me. Drake London cooked him. I mean, it just seems like he lost the sauce. He was sauce in his rookie year. Come on, the Jets was feeling for somebody to root for. But then after that, it started getting like ticky. That sauce started to become a little bit bitter. That sauce didn't have too much, the sauce wasn't moving no more. The sauce was about dried up and the container left open in the fridge. You know what I'm saying? That sauce ain't hitting no more. I think this offense is really starting to, I don't know. I think it's starting to dry up. I think this offense that got left out in the sun too long. This Colts offense I'm talking about. Like, Jonathan Taylor is still really good, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if Shane Steichen didn't show his cards too fast, too early, and all them wins. But I don't know. This Colts offense is starting to become a little bit stagnant. It's starting to move a little slow, like it's in molasses. They slowing down. They slowing down. You got the Jags right there, looking like they want to take the lead. Y'all just lost to Houston. What we gonna talk about? I like Houston. I really, really like Houston. If they can make it in, I don't know. I think they could do something in the AFC. That's just my opinion. Colts, you got to figure it out. Y'all got to figure it out. Y'all got to figure out something. Because you want to be playing your best football going into the playoffs, not your worst. Houston, we may not have a problem. Keep stacking these wins. Houston, keep stacking these wins. I want to see y'all in the playoffs. I want to. I like Woody. I like Chubb. I like what y'all doing over there. That defense is spectacular. That defense is so freaking good, yo. I like what I see from that defense. CJ don't got to do much. He got receivers galore now. He got receivers galore. He got weapons galore. I'm talking about he got so many weapons. It's bro, they shouldn't lose again. They should lose again going into the playoffs. I don't know what that does for them if they win out. They can make it in the wild card. I don't know, because there's a lot of teams that's winning right now. It's a lot of teams that's fighting and clawing and scratching to get into that spot. But I really like what I'm seeing from Houston as a whole. I want to see them in the playoffs. If they make it to the playoffs, I got them upsetting a lot of teams. Welcome to the Fellowretro show. How is everybody doing today? We are going to get into that Black Friday game, and we're going to get into the Thanksgiving games of the NFL season. And let's go ahead and get it started. Hold on. If you're new over here, hit that like button. If you're new over here, subscribe. Let's start off with the Black Friday game. It was the most recent game. The Bears beat the Eagles 24-15. What we got to say about this one, y'all? What we got to say about this one? We're going to start off with Chicago, or do we start off with the Eagles? Let's go ahead and start off with Chicago, because if you've been over here, if you've been watching the episodes, if you're a fan of the show, you've been knowing I ain't been too high on the Bears. I have not been too high on the Bears. I've been talking a lot of SHIT. Not that I don't think that they're good. It's just been so many close games. Giants, Bengals, Steelers. Those are 3 games. Vikings. Those are 4 teams right there that you should have just dominated. You should have just beat. But they all ended up being really, really close. And whenever I came on here and I got to talking to you guys, it was more of what I didn't like from Chicago versus what I did like from Chicago. So today, it was a lot of what I liked. It was a lot of what I liked, and I'm sold. I'm sold. I know it was Black Friday and we were trying to get sales on the PS5 and we was trying to find Xbox on sales, but I got sold something on Black Friday, and it was the Chicago Bears. I got sold on this team. I'm riding with the Bears, 9-3. You can't say, oh man, it was all close games. How do they keep doing it? They just keep doing it. They doing it, and they doing it. Shout out to the Bears right now. Shout out to the Bears, and it's crazy because the only thing that I do not like about the Bears, well, I'm not going to say do not like, but the only thing that's not meeting the expectations is the quarterback. And you wouldn't even have thought that. You would think 9-3, Caleb Williams is putting his team on his back. Everybody else is just mid. Bro, can we give a round of applause to the offensive line? If you did not watch this game right here, DeAndre Swift. I mean, he returned back to Philly, and he turned back to Philly, and bro, Swift was looking too swift, too clean, too nice. But then you got the backup, you got the rookie, you got the 7th round pick in Manungai doing the same damn thing, maybe even better. The Bears were running the ball all over the Eagles like that. Is crazy. It's crazy, y'all. These guys in Swift and Manungai dominated the game. They had the Eagles defense out there in shambles. They had them in shambles. 40 carries combined for these guys. They set the tone from beginning to end. I still think that Caleb Williams needs to be a little bit more accurate, really a lot more accurate if they want to really, beat the big teams, if they want to beat the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's still some big dogs out there in the West that I don't think they can handle. They have a good team, a good offense, a solid defense. I'm not going to say a good defense, a bend but don't break defense. But Caleb Williams, man, this dude right here, he makes some unbelievable throws, some throws where you're like, whoa, some Patrick Mahomes-esque throws where you're like, whoa, how did he do that? How did he get that off? How did he make that body angle? But it's just some of the simple ones sometimes where you're just like, We need that. We need them. We need those. We need those, Caleb. He's still not finding that connection with his wide receiver one in Roma Dunze that they had last year. And it's not like they're not trying to get him involved. He's getting the targets. He's just not coming down with it, whether it's like it's inaccurate or he's covered. It just seems like sometimes you forget that Rome is on this team until he makes like a big third down catch, 1 or 2. I think he only had 2 catches this game, which is fine. They won the game running away. They literally running away. They ran this game away. But I still think that Caleb Williams needs to be a little bit more accurate with some of these passes that he's making. But what I do like on the offensive end is the fact that they're getting Luther Burden in these actions, man. They're using them like a Xavier Worthy. You get the fastest player on your team, the guy with the most wiggle, you just put the ball in his hands. Whether that's on some jet sweeps, whether that's on some slants or some crossers. They don't got him going like pushing the ball down the field too far just yet. But whenever they unlock that bag of Burton, it's going to be crazy. I'm a Saints fan. Hey, man, I've been scouting receivers, backs, offensive linemen, corners, safeties. I've been scouting every position, quarterbacks, every position that you could think of for the past 2.5, 3 seasons. I've been scouting them. So whenever I saw them draft Burton out of Missouri, I said, yo, that's how you say you believe in your quarterback. You get him Loveland, you get him Odunze, you get him Burton. He still got DJ Moore over there. I mean, what does Caleb, what don't Caleb got? You know what I mean? He got all the weapons. He got all the weapons. Shout out to Ben Johnson, because it don't matter how many weapons you have, you got to be able to put people in position. And what he did in this game and what he's been doing all year is putting his players in position to succeed. If you don't go out there and execute, that's on you. That's not Ben Johnson making them choke these games away and kicking a field goal to win the game when they've been winning it the whole time. Y'all got to execute. I'm looking at these plays and I'm watching these games and people are just open. Like he's running the ball, running the ball all down the Eagles' throat. I'm talking about making them eat their vegetables, shoving vegetables down the Eagles' defense throat. But then, little jet sweep to the outside. So you get those safeties, they're trying to come down and stack that box. And then you get the ball out real quick to the edge, and now they cooked. You know what I mean? And then, oh, you're coming off a play action now. Now you're cooked. So, I mean, Ben Johnson, he coached a hell of a game. The Eagles, I'm not going to talk about those empty stats that Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown put up at the end of the game whenever he was just throwing the ball and A.J. got that last-second touchdown. He did have a touchdown earlier, which is real dope. Turning around, snatching it, strong hands, getting in there. But this offense is cooked. I don't know which offense is worse, this offense or the Ravens offense, who we're going to talk about later. Both of these teams are just disappointments, man. The Ravens, they just kept winning, and everybody just kept sweeping under the rug that they have not been scoring in the first half and that their offense has been stagnant. Same with the Eagles. They talk about it, especially after that Cowboys game where they were shut out in the second half, but they didn't really show any improvements, didn't show any adjustments coming into this game. Saquon Barkley still can't get going. Whether that's the offensive line, whether that's the execution, you're not being able to hold blocks. They need to fix this offense fast because it's stinking up the league. It's stinking up my screen when I watch it. It's stinking up my room when I watch this team. This offense stinks. Man, the NFC North got some ballers. The NFC North got some ballers. It's going to be a tough division, yo. Green Bay beats Detroit 31-24, and the name of the game was, if you did not see this game, fourth down. You may hear fourth down, Retro. How was the name of the game fourth down if the Lions are the king of fourth downs and they lost? Green Bay. They out-lioned the Lions. They scored 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns on 4th and short. 2 touchdowns on 4th and short. That's the game right there. 4 touchdowns for Jordan Love. 0 interceptions. Locked in. Put your seatbelt on. Locked in. Jordan Love was locked in all game. Had a few drives where he left some on the table. He left some on the plate. It was a few drives where you felt like, you're leaving the door open for Detroit. You got to execute. That's the first down you got to get, or that's the third down you got to convert. But as a whole, Jordan Love you can't ask for nothing more. 4 touchdowns, 2 of them on 4th and short, 1 deep bomb to Christian Watson. Everybody's knock on Green Bay is you got a whole bunch of wide receiver 3s, no wide receiver 1. Christian Watson says, hold my tea. These past couple games, bro has been showing me, and he's been showing you. If you don't want to see, he's been showing me that he is a wide receiver one. He's taking that, he's taking that responsibility on, and he's letting Jordan Love know, hey, if anything, look for me, bro. Look for me. I'm your guy. Besides that bomb for the touchdown, he has some good third down conversions. Even though Wicks was the man today, Wicks was really the man today. It was 1A and 1B with Watson and Wicks right there. A lot of people like to talk about this wide receiver core for Green Bay, but it's still a lot better than what a lot of teams have out here. Shout out to Jordan Love. Shout out to, even Jacobs was getting carries. Even Jacobs was looking really good. Even though he didn't tally any touchdowns, Green Bay, if you've been watching Green Bay, they've been wanting to run the ball. They ran it. They ran it pretty effective today. Even though Jordan Love had the 4 touchdowns and all of this was really Jordan Love just being elite and being locked in, Jacobs did his thing. Jacobs had a really good game as well. Let's go over to that defense end. I still can't believe that. I still can't believe the Green Bay Packers had Micah freaking Parsons. I know the Green Bay Packers fans can believe it. I know, the Detroit fans can believe it. Micah was all over this game. 2.5 sacks does not tell the story of Micah in this game. It really should have been 4.5 because he was beating that left tackle all game. Shout out to Goff for getting that ball out quick. Not too big on these Green Bay corners. I'm not too big on their corners, but Micah Parsons was making Jared Goff get that ball out fast. If you play against a quarterback that can't get the ball out fast, Green Bay, they might do something. I'm not saying that they a Super Bowl contender, but look out for quarterbacks that don't get the ball out fast, because the way that Jared Goff was getting that ball out super fast, he had to. Micah would have had 10 sacks if Jared Goff wasn't getting that ball out as fast as he did. But speaking of Jared Goff, y'all, speaking of Goff, man, I like Goff. I like him. He stands there. He stands in that pocket. He gets the ball out fast. And he just lets his receivers make plays, bro. He's a good quarterback. He's actually good. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying he's top 10. I'm not saying he's elite, but he's good. He's better than solid. He's better than mid. 20 of 26 for 256 against the Packers with Micah Parsons bearing down on you all game. He had no passing yards in the first quarter, had no completions, and ended up with this stat line right here. No Laporta, no St. Brown. That's 2 wide receiver ones, because Laporta is basically a wide receiver one, but St. Brown is their wide receiver one, if you get what I'm saying. Down 2 wide receiver ones, and it was still a game. Gibbs didn't have a magnificent game. He did have a lot of second and longs, third and longs where he converted. He had a good game. Not taking nothing away from Gibbs. But the fact that this game was super close like that, it wasn't because of Gibbs. Heck of performance for Jared Goff. J-Mo still is impressing me, man. With St. Brown on the field or without St. Brown on the field, this dude, Jameson Williams, just continues to show up. He continues to show up and show out. His main knack was he cannot stay healthy. Hey, he's healthy, everybody. He's healthy. Over 130 yards, touchdown, looked great. Was always open, seemed like damn near whenever Jared Goff could get the ball out. It was really just the corners for Detroit. I really liked what I saw from Goff. No interceptions. He stood in that pocket, took some mean sacks, but that didn't really stop him, bro. He looked good. He looked good. But shout out to Green Bay. Continue to win. Beat another Detroit. Not another Detroit. Beat Detroit again. Swept them like the porch. Swept them up out of here. Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Beat the Chiefs 31-28, running high after that comeback victory, 21-0, down 21-0 against the Eagles. Now going against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, who haven't been good all year. They have not been good, but it's still Pat Mahomes. You still got to respect them, regardless if they 6-6 or 9-2. It don't matter. You still got to respect Mahomes. You still got to respect the Chiefs, man. But it is not about who has the best record. It's about when you get hot, who finishes the year off hot, who is playing good football in those last 4 to 5 weeks going into the playoffs. And if the Cowboys get into them playoffs, y'all, hater or not, don't matter if you don't like the Cowboys or not, you cannot deny this offense. You cannot deny this offense. Who has a defense out there that's stopping this offense? Corners. Who has corners out there that are stopping this offense? This Cowboys team is coming. They coming. Do not let them keep winning and let them sneak into this playoffs, because you're going to be like, duck, there's a Lamb. Duck, oh, there's a Pickens. And if you sleep, if you too busy worrying about them guys, if you sleeping, don't let Williams get started. Dak is in here. Bro, Dak, dude, this dude, Dak, yo. There was a drive in this game, man, where it was all Dak. Yes, his receivers had to make plays. The receivers had to catch the ball. But the way that Dak just, you got to give Dak credit, man. You just got to. Jerry said Michael is expendable. Dak isn't. And whenever you have a quarterback, it don't matter if the Cowboys just never can make it to the Super Bowl. That quarterback in Dak that you have, he just makes plays. He just makes plays. He might not make them with his legs ever since that injury. He may not be a Hurts. He may not do the tush push. He may not be a scrambling. He might not be no scrambled eggs where he's scrambling around and he's a threat with his legs. But the way that he puts the ball where it needs to be and he lets his receivers make plays. Here you go, Turpin. Like, he just puts people in position to make the play. He always makes the right throw. He throws picks. But whenever he throws picks, it's more of like still giving his receiver a chance type of thing. It's not just like who throws bad picks, like a Tua. Pickens had his initial corner beat. If that other corner didn't come in there and swoop in, it would have been a completion. But defense is bearing down on Dak, bad throw, pick. But then you look at Dak on the sideline, he's like, after the Chiefs just scores. Chiefs scored right away after that first pick. It was 7-0 before you had your first plate. Your second plate, because that was the second game of it. That was the second game of the Thanksgiving Day. Before you had your second plate ready to go, Chiefs was already up 7-0. And all you see is Dak just like hyping people up saying, let's go, because he knows, bro. He knows. Can't nobody stop him. If you give him time, you give him the opportunity, he believes that he is the best quarterback, and he believes that he can lead his team to victory. And he's showing us time and time and time again. Shout out to the Cowboys. They're winning. That defense bending, but not breaking. Dallas had the ball with a little over 3 minutes to go in the fourth. The game was not over. The game was not put away. But you have to convert. Dak, 5. Dak, 5. Here you go, Williams, 5. It's over. Just like that. It's over. I mean, you got to be able to convert late in games. You got to be able to put teams away like the Chiefs, like the Bills. You got to be able to put teams away that, obviously, if the Cowboys make the playoffs, they'll be facing like the Rams or, the Seahawks. They'll be facing somebody else. But good teams with good offenses, you got to be able to keep their offense off the field and convert second and third downs. And that's what Dallas did. Shout out to Dallas. Now, Kansas City. Where do I start? They might not make the playoffs, which is going to be really, really, really hard for their fans and just hard for the team. Because I know if you get drafted to Kansas City, if you're a Kansas City fan, you just expect deep playoff pushes. That's just what Mahomes has shown you. That's what he's produced while being a starter in this league. It just hasn't came together for one reason or another this year. But what I do like from Kansas City is Rice, man. Like that dude right there, he's a real wide receiver one. It seems like Mahomes is starting to trust him way more than he's trusting Kelsey, or maybe Kelsey's just not getting open as much. But you see, if you watch Mahomes' head, if you watch his face, if you watch his helmet, whenever he hikes the ball, he's looking for Rice first every single time, whether he goes his way or not. Rice is a wide receiver one, something that you got to be excited about for Kansas City. They really, really missed him whenever he was out. You could tell that they were just sputtering and sputtering and sputtering. You can't blame it on the receivers. You can't blame it on the offensive line. It's just the execution. You got Andy Cheeseburger eating Reed over there on the sideline. Kansas City has a wide receiver core. They got ballers. Worthy, speedster. Hollywood Brown, speedster, but he could still run routes to catch the ball. He had 2 catches on 2 receptions and a touchdown. Gotta get him the ball. We already spoke about Rice. Kelsey, him and Mahomes' connection is better than one of the better connections that we've seen in the league for a long, long time. And if you want to throw Juju in there sometimes whenever he's on the field, I mean, you can't really, who do you blame whenever it comes to Kansas City? We know they corners are, The corners are chopped cheese. The corners are, oh man, the corners were grabbing and just flagging and just complaining and crying all night. Like, the corners were the death of them. The corners were their Achilles heel. They were grabbing, holding, pass interference in the whole game. But when we talking about that offense, it's no excuse for you to have two whole quarters of football with that. A donut, an egg. 0 points in 2 quarters of football with that offense in Kansas City. It's just no excuse. Bengals beat the Ravens 32-14. Yes, you heard me. In 2025, the Bengals beat the Ravens 32-14. And you know how that happened? Burrow is back. That toe turf ain't turfing no more. That toe ain't turfing no more. Where do we start in this game? You know what? It's as simple as this. This is a simple synopsis in this game. If you didn't see this game. Burrow is back. Looked good. Looked like he never left. Looked like there was no, what's it called? There was no warm up. There was no cobwebs to get dusted off, man. The only thing for the Bengals that I would have to say is converting in the red zone. They got an interception on Lamar. It was on the Ravens. I don't even know. It was on the Ravens like 4 or 3 yard line, and they didn't convert in 4 downs. They went for it, didn't convert. 6 field goals for McPherson today. 6 field goals for McPherson. 6 field goals for the Bengals kicker. That's the game right there. Go into film study and try to be better at is executing. We don't have a problem moving the ball down the field. That's not our problem. Our problem is not getting into goal and goal situations. The problem is scoring touchdowns. Think about if they would have converted on all those field goals. They had 6 field goals. That means that the Ravens defense couldn't do nothing with them. They ended up stopping them 6 times. Well, more than 6 times, but they ended up holding them to 6 field goals, which could have been 6 more touchdowns, but still getting down there multiple. Damn near every time you get the ball is crazy. Joe Burrow must got that Ja Morant effect, as in when Ja's on the court, the Memphis plays better. When Burrow's on the field, that defense must play better, because what defense did I see what defense was this for the Bengals going against the Ravens? Forced fumbles galore. Interceptions galore. What is going on? Holding Zay Flowers, their number 1 receiver, to 2 catches, 6 yards. And when he did catch the ball, fumble. Oh man, the Ravens are bad. Man. Like, if you watch this game, they had plays in there where they beat themselves, but man, this defense, I don't know what's worse, the Ravens defense or the offense. Oh man, this Ravens team is not good. Lamar, not good game. Not a good game. But he hasn't had a great game. In this 5-game win streak, Lamar hasn't had a great game. They've been winning, but it hasn't been any games where I've said, Lamar's back. Lamar's back? Lamar's playing, but he ain't playing, if you know what I mean. Like, I mean, the Ravens are in shambles. Bro, this division as a whole is just, it's up for grabs. I might got if the Bengals can win out, the Bengals might make the damn playoffs. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut, y'all. Sometimes you just got to go with your gut. Sometimes you know what you know. Sometimes you don't have to overthink things. I waited patiently for Monday Night Football so I could put out this episode, put out this podcast in its entirety to you guys so we can have Monday Night Football, Thanksgiving games, the Black Friday games, with the Sunday games. I waited. I knew it was the Patriots and the Giants. I knew what this was going to be. I knew it was going to happen, but I was like, maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe something will happen where I can come up here and talk to you guys. I don't want to give out a podcast and not have Monday Night Football, because who knows? We know. Who knows? We know. Patriots beat the Giants 33-15, demolished them, wiped the floor with them. The Patriots only scored 3 points in the second half. Didn't even really have to do much in the second half. What's the knock on Drake, man? What's the knock on Drake May, man? What's the knock on him? He might be the MVP. He is what can he do? Never seems like he's like stressed. Never seems like the moment is too big. They were never down, but I'm just saying, just in general, when you watch Drake May, he just never seems unfocused, never seems flustered. He's just cool, calm, collected, and is a baller. And all he does is win. All he does is win and be efficient. Tonight was no different. He handled the Giants. It was easy, but not easy. I'm telling you, it was what, 33-7. No, 30-7 at halftime. It was over. It was over. Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart. I like Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo. I really, really like them. I think that they need to go ahead and go get another receiver. But Malik Neighbors coming off of that injury, you need somebody that's a real wide receiver too. Maybe that could be a wide receiver one. Maybe you get you a Carnell Tate. Maybe you go get you a Tyson. Get you somebody that could go over there and be another X as well. Because if you're a Giants fan, at least you got your quarterback. Hey, I'm a Saints fan. I don't know if we're going to draft a QB with us having a top 3 pick. I don't know if we're going to shuck it out with Shuck. I don't know what's going on, but the Giants, y'all got a quarterback. He's a gamer. He needs to stop taking so many hits. It's a lot of times if Jackson Dart just doesn't get out of bounds, or that's really how he got injured. I mean, it was kind of like he was running. He didn't really brace himself. He hit the ground really hard. And I mean, you're the future. You're the future for New York, Jackson. You're the future. You're not going to win them all. He got the mindset like he is going to win them all. He got the mindset like he is going to do whatever he can on that field to get the Giants to win. Just was outmatched tonight. The Patriots just, defense and offense, did whatever they wanted. Special teams, they got a punt return for a touchdown. It was just all Patriots. It was what I thought. Just because you never know. As much as you may think you know, you really never know. They just keep on winning. But I still don't hear anybody talking about them as a Super Bowl favorite. Why is that? Why do you think that is? Why do you think the Patriots are still winning, looking dominant, looking good on both sides of the ball? What is it about the Patriots? You think that we just not ready? Are the masses scared for the Patriots to take back over the NFL? Is that why people ain't talking about the Patriots making it to the Super Bowl or even being a contender? Or are we just not sold as a whole on the Patriots? Are we just, they got a good record, but we just not sold on them? As I was editing this video, before we get up out of here, I did not talk about the Broncos-Commanders game. If you want to hear about that game, if you want to know what happened in that game, the game went into overtime. Broncos do what they always do. Go on these lows on offense. They have a team in a chokehold, but somehow the team end up with Vaseline on them and oil on them, and they get up out the chokehold and they start fighting back, and then the game starts becoming close that doesn't have to be close. They're on top of the AFC, but if they go against a team that has 2 wide receivers, I don't know what team that's going to be in the AFC. I don't know who they're going to match up against, but if they get a wide receiver matched up on that dude, Riley Moss, he's cooked. I'm telling you, Riley Moss, I ain't seen Deebo Samuel run past somebody since, I don't even know, since Brock Purdy was a rookie. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I seen Deebo Samuel run past the defender. He had Deebo Samuel out there cooking him. He had somebody that I ain't even heard of before having the catch of the year one-handed on him. You got Surtain. Every quarterback knows we're not looking that way. If Surtain's over here, we're not looking that way. If Surtain's over here, we're not looking that way. We don't care if we got Scary Terry. We don't care who we got. We don't care who our receiver is, our best receiver is. We're not looking your way, Surtain. But what we are looking is at you, Mr. 21 Riley Moss. And you are exactly what your last name is. You're getting mossed. I appreciate everybody who made it to the end of this video. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the love from day one, from episode 1. Appreciate the support. 10 views, 7 views, 6 views. I'm trying to think of things that I saw. 21 views. It don't matter. I appreciate it. Because one day it's going to be in the thousands, then the 100,000s. And I remember y'all, hit that like button. Comment down below who your favorite team is or what you like if you even watched the episode. Appreciate the support. I really, really do. I don't make things up. I appreciate y'all.